I think that we can start with the webinar now. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this webinar today. Thank you for sparing time to hear an interesting topic. Today, we will talk more about performance testing, the invisible game changer for your business. With us today, as a speaker, we have Maria Risteska. She is a lead QA consultant that has been part of IW Connect for more than 8 years now, and she has a vast experience in the QA field. Today, we are glad to hear some interesting insights on performance testing coming directly from Maria. Maria, go ahead.
Thank you, Renata. Thank you, everyone, for joining today's performance testing webinar. I'm really glad to see such a diverse interest for today's webinar topic. Thanks to everyone joining, whether you're a tech enthusiast or business expert. I'm confident that each of you will discover aspects that resonate. On today's topic, we're all about maximizing success when things get busy. We'll be digging into how to boost application performance, make speed a priority, handle downtime, and elevate customer engagement. We're going to explore the strategic decisions between on-premises and cloud testing, provide a demo, and discuss a bit AI's transformative role in the dynamic software landscape. So let's start. The digital landscape is where your customer connect with your brand, and their experiences can make or break your reputation. What is performance testing? Let me describe a scenario from the most recent event in the retail industry that will not only make you visualize it, but also provoke thoughts about its implications. It's Black Friday, the time of the highest profit of an e-commerce platform. What if the e-commerce become unstable for a couple of hours during the peak period while the most customers are active on your website to make purchases? How much will that cost and affect your business? Just think about the potential losses and the impact it could have on your business. We have numerous examples like this that business might think about performance testing afterwards. Let's say, imagine a telecommunications company has recently rolled out an updated billing system to cater to the expanding user base of mobile subscribers. However, customers are encountering delays in the delivery of their billing information, resulting in a significant uptick in compliance to customer support regarding inaccuracies in the billing statements. Or maybe this one, when the city introduces an innovative traffic management system aimed at enhancing traffic flow and minimizing congestion. But when faced with significant events or emergencies, the system encounters challenges in promptly adjusting to dynamic traffic conditions. This, in turn, impacts the system ability to maintain effective control over the traffic management. Let's make sure avoiding these situations and react on time. This is where performance testing jumps in. Performance testing is the qualitative and quantitative measurement of the speed and effectiveness of single or multiple application systems under various circumstances to determine how well they are working. Imagine it like a health check for your applications. Building a successful product hinges on two fundamental ingredients: functionality, what users can do, and performance, how fast and smooth it runs. No one wants an application meltdown when it counts. This testing keeps applications in shape across all industries. It's like a routine for application, accessing its performance under expected and extreme loads. This includes Different types of performance testing, such as endurance, volume, scalability testing, and detail monitoring is required to ensure smooth operation and identify potential bottlenecks. Performance-related application failures are preventable with pre-deployment performance testing. It's crucial to catch problems before they reach users, ensuring the app can handle real-world stress. To get top marks in all these areas, we are keeping a close eye on the application performance at every step of its creation. So next time an application impresses you, give a note to performance testing. Every business wants to be very happy with the look and feel of the new site or application, to be fast, beautiful, informative, engaging, everything we want it to be. The need for speed is equivalent to the need for great experience. It is the driver. For example, half of consumers still they try to refresh a page at least once when it takes 3 seconds to load. But 22% still they'll close the tab, and 14% still they'll visit a competitor site. If you count on 1,000 daily visitors, that's 360 potential customers gone. To remain competitive, systems must support efficient online transactions and strongly prioritize achieving zero downtime on the digital platforms. Any interruption can be very expensive. Today's consumer is always on the go, has limited patience, and expects highly customized in-context experience. 46% of shoppers have said they will never return to a slow site, and 70% of consumers admit that page speed impacts their willingness to use the service. According to an article titled Shopping for Speed on eBay.com, for every 100 milliseconds improvement on search page loading time, eBay saw 0.5% increase in the add to cart count. And according to Daily Digital report titled Milliseconds Make Millions, a 0.1 second improvement in the site speed results in 5% increase in customer engagement. Application downtime usually happens unexpected and in a very bad moment. Planned and unplanned IT outages are significant cost to enterprises. Imagine unplanned downtime costing up to 35% more than planned downtime. Almost 100% availability is the gold standard for business critical cloud services. According to Gartner, the average cost of downtime is $5,600 per minute. The message is clear. Downtime of even a few minutes is expensive and unwelcome. Adopting performance testing is a minimal investment compared to the potential fallout of not having it. The expense is only a small part of the potential dangers linked to ignoring market requirements and customer satisfaction. Aside from the immediate financial setback, there are long-term consequences affecting the entire business. For example, when reputation to customers is compromised, it is very difficult to gain trust again. The outage leads to hate and frustration among loyal customers and potentially impacting their future purchasing decisions. Whether you're running an e-commerce platform, a customer-facing application, or a web-based service, your digital assets need to provide a flawless experience. Every successful business must test and optimize its crucial flows to ensure seamless user experience, need to handle diverse user loads, promise secure transactions, and smoothly integrate backend systems for efficient operations. In tandem, instantaneous communication marked by minimal delays and skillful user load handling shapes an agile and steadfast user experience, representing the zenith of business achievement. Also, another crucial and important segment is the security part, because performance testing cannot be completed without security, because it protects sensitive data, finds vulnerabilities under load, and guarantees secure transactions. This means that in addition to performing well, the applications must also be able to withstand potential security threats and stick to applicable standards. What are the expected business benefits of minimum downtime for your organization? You have both internal and external discerning customers that expect always on, always available. By establishing a proactive approach to help minimize the effects of downtime and slowness, you will not only save revenue, but provide a positive impact for your entire business, both your staff and your clients, and at the same time, strengthen your market position. Performance testing is essential regardless of the hosting environment, be it on the cloud, on-premise, or hybrid model. The necessity for performance testing remains constant, irrespective of the hosting platform. There are no excuses now. Performance testing can also utilize resources and infrastructure provided by cloud service providers when there are no options for on-premise owned and maintained by the organization internally. Any option is fine, just make sure you apply it. Deciding between cloud-enabled and on-premises performance testing depends on various factors and the unique need of a business. Each approach comes with its own set of advantages and drawbacks. Cloud-enabled performance testing offers flexibility and scalability, allowing rapid resource allocation and payment based on usage. This proves beneficial for large-scale tests or scenarios with unpredictable traffic patterns. On the other hand, on-premises performance testing provides greater control over the testing environment. This level of control is advantageous, especially for enterprises with unique hardware or software needs, emphasizing here security ownership and compliance capabilities. In conclusion, there is no universal answer to whether cloud-enabled or on-premises performance testing is superior. The decision should align with the specific business needs, considering factors like exploration of both option, consider factors like budget constraints, resource availability, and technical expertise. A thoughtful exploration of both is crucial, allowing businesses to make an informed choice that will best suit their particular requirements. Choose on-premise for direct control, tailored setups, and even without obvious bottlenecks, it will contribute to the overall security and compliance of the system, ensuring that the infrastructure is cost-effective and efficiently utilized. Opt for cloud for scalable, flexible solutions, taking into account the global access and potential resource sharing. even if there is no obvious performance obstacles, will help to understand how the system scales in response to increased loads and fine-tune resource allocation based on varying workloads. This knowledge contributes to cost management by preventing over-provisioning and optimizing resource utilization. This might include optimizing code or maybe employing other techniques to reduce the impact of latency on user interactions. For the purpose of this demonstration, we'll be working with a demo website, and the business requirement, while imaginative, mirrors realistic expectations. It is important to highlight that the focus will be on the report analysis, emphasizing the performance indicators, the key performance indicators, rather than the test execution. There are a lot of tools for performance testing, like K6, Load Ninja, Load Runner, etc. But we choose JMethod to develop this script to fulfill the following requirement. For the peak season, business expects to have more than 30 orders in 5 minutes and maximum number of 30 users constantly. We did not specify the accepted response time as it might vary across the industries. 90% of the orders should be created with the new customer account. So the script is created to fulfill the specified requirement and is run through a cloud-based tool using a US-based server, providing a report where we can analyze the performance metrics. The examination was arranged with 30 simultaneous users as per the specified scenario. In terms of throughput, the metric reveals that the system is processing less than 1 request per second. This serves as a direct indication that the system struggles to handle or process minimum of 1 request per second, signaling inadequate performance. The error metric indicates the percentage of total requests that resulted in an error, this necessitating a more in-depth analysis. The average response time, averaging at 28.54 seconds, further highlights an impressive performance, demanding a thorough investigation. The 90% response time denotes the time taken for 90% of all requests to receive a response. Reviewing the average bandwidth, which measures data transfer in kilobytes over the network, indicates poor performance. Let's go to the graphs and analyze them. In the lowered graph, the constant blue line represents the number of users, while the green line depicts throughput. Notably, the throughput initially starts well, but experiences a server-related incident causing a crash. Subsequently, it recovers, indicating improved performance, reaching a peak of 35 requests per second before declining again. The error rate indicates when error occurred, traceably by checking the logs against the timestamp of the error occurred. As for the response time on the other graph, fluctuations are observed in relation to the number of users during the test, with sudden spikes at certain points. This pattern serves as compelling evidence of why customers might choose to abandon the website. For instance, we consider the payment transaction as a critical aspect for a business. And we observe that out of 50 samples of users who visited the website, only 21 successfully completed the scenario. Out of 21 users who successfully completed the transaction, the average response time was 84 seconds. The server handled only 0.33 requests per second, or approximately 20 requests per minute. This low request handling rate could lead to user frustration. Additionally, the error rate stands at 4.76%, posing not only a negative impact from a business perspective, but also risking a loss of user trust in your website. The standard deviation reveals a notable degree of variability in response time. In simpler simple terms, certain transactions took significantly longer to complete compared to the average time, with an additional 18 seconds beyond the average. In light of these findings, it's evident that the site's performance fell short of business expectations. If you want to delve deeper and narrow down the root cause, collaborative analysis with other teams, such as development and DevOps, is essential. This collaborative effort aims to address the identified issues comprehensively. Given that this is a demonstration site, it's impossible to simulate a smoother flow and facilitate a more positive performance metric report. But nevertheless, these results, coupled with the telemetry data and a more in-depth analysis, will provide you with the necessary insights to determine your action items accurately. And here we are. We got to the point where the undeniable truth is that AI has reached a decisive moment, becoming synonymous with innovation in the IT field. There is no doubt that AI is going to improve and benefit the automation testing as part of performance testing, having self-healing scripts, data generation using tools like Copilot and IQ Test, and advanced monitoring possibilities like Dynatrace, application dynamics. But the key question is how AI directly benefits performance testing itself. AI's role lies in enhancing IT performance testing management through predictive analytics. By analyzing historical data, AI predicts future performance trends, allowing proactive issue resolution to improve system performance and reduce downtime. To leverage this, organizations must invest in AI technologies and provide trainings with long-term gains in efficiency, accuracy, and scalability, outweighing the initial costs. Additionally, AI's pattern recognition using data from the LoA testing enables modeling and applications performance, adding depth and precision to performance testing scenarios. We invest and are in close collaboration with our R&D and other teams within our company by joining our forces to embrace the new heights AI can bring into performance testing. But it should be known that this is not an overnight thing, but we are patiently waiting while staying awake on innovations. As software continues to evolve, the role of performance testing remains vital in the pursuit of excellence in the digital era. It is the fulfillment of the commitment to providing swift, responsive, and dependable user experience. It's a proactive approach to identifying and mitigating performance issues before they impact users, businesses, and brands. The distinction between an exceptional application and a mediocre one frequently centers on a crucial factor, the efficiency of its system. This is where the significance of performance testing becomes apparent. Cutting corners on testing might seem like a cost-saving move, but it's a risky gamble. While things might run smoothly temporarily, when there is a sudden spike of users or something else you aren't ready for, it will turn out to be very costly for your business. Better safe than sorry, as the saying goes. And in this case, safe means truly tested. I would like to thank you again all for joining this webinar. We're very grateful for your time. Another thing that I want to mention that over the last decade, we heavily invested in performance testing, successfully completing projects with numerous clients and gaining invaluable insights. If you seek further information, please feel free to reach out to our professionals without hesitation. Until next time, stay inspired.
Thank you, Maria, for a wonderful presentation. I think that we can go to the Q&A part now. So we
Okay,
would encourage everyone from the
I will
audience.
stop sharing.
Yes, you can stop sharing the website. Okay. So we have a question. You mentioned other options are available if there is no replica of production. I think this is. What are those options?
When we say a replica of production, we are referring to the code that should be the same as production, meaning we need to make sure that the last version of the code and also the databases should be on the performance environment. It is important also the number of the servers in production and performance environment. The key is to make performance environment as close to production as possible, while considering the resource limitations, of course. In case of those resource limitations, in that case, we are using proportion to get clear results that will resemble production. For example, if production user uses 12 servers, you can dedicate 3 for the test environment. Then compare those results, that is multiply by 4. This way, we can have reliable results.
Thank you. I hope that answers the question. We have another question. It was mentioned for implementing AI. So how far has your company gone with implementing AI in performance testing and overall in any testing?
At this point, from a perspective of using any available tool that has implemented AI, I can say that currently our client needs do not require implementation of those, except if we decide to use, like I mentioned, synthetic data generation tool, where applicable, of course, to reduce the time for creating the tests. But I can say that we stay awake on innovations on AI, and I want to mention that AI has become a top theme within our company, where we are organizing internally events for talking on AI innovation for keep better transparency, sharing insights, and discuss our opinions on this topic. Uh, I will also mention here that our R&D team is constantly doing research in this area. So stay tuned, keep track on our social media, and there might be any news coming soon.
Yeah, well, we cannot avoid AI. I think that is something that we all will face and implement in our daily job sooner than later.
Yeah.
So we have a question. Great presentation. Can you explain what is red, amber, green criteria and how does performance tester define such criteria?
In terms red, amber, and green, those are used in the context of performance testing to indicate the status of various performance metrics or key performance indicators. Green is good performance, amber or yellow, it's a warning, and red will be critical issues or poor performance.
Okay.
I will say we can provide more info in an email or
Yes, you will have your
yeah.
email for anyone that wants more detailed explanations on this or any other questions. We will surely answer that. So we have another question. I'm in the e-commerce space and had a few hiccups and downtimes during Black Friday week. My website was already tested earlier this year, but still had blackouts during peak hours. How often do I need to do some testing and to what extent?
Um, Performance testing is a crucial aspect of maintaining the reliability and scalability of an e-commerce website, especially during peak periods like Black Friday. The frequency and extent performance testing depend on several factors, including the rate of change in your application, the introduction of new features, and the expected increase in user traffic according the analysis that need to be performed.
Thank you. On one of your slides, you have described in detail the difference of performance testing between on-premise and in-cloud. However, can you please emphasize the key difference between executing performance tests against on-premise systems and in-cloud systems?
If I correctly understood the question, um, from a tester perspective, I would say that the hosting platform of the application that underlines performance is not a concern when creating the tests. But if the question was with regards to what are the key benefits using performance testing, I will say for cloud, we are going to check if the system scales appropriately and handles different levels of demand. If we understand how application behaves under different loads, we can use resources efficiently and achieve cost efficiency. Even with auto-scaling, performance bottlenecks might occur. We are also simulating global user locations load. Performance testing helps ensure that even during periods of high demand, the application will remain responsive. On the other hand, on-premise, we can use the same infrastructure and network, and performance testing, it's making sure that the configuration can handle different workloads. Is it optimized? Are there any hardware limitations and potential bottlenecks in the infrastructure? This kind of testing helps organization figure on what resource they need and if they should invest more. Then the network latency, uh, how is the data transferred, transfer speeds and latency, are they within acceptable limits? Plus, we've got to think about security, especially when it's our own infrastructure. Uh, Also, in that case, on premises, it is more customizable, and we have more control over the environment. But the end game is the same. We want the system to perform well, be reliable, and to make users happy. Um, but
Okay.
if you meant about the tools for tests, I'm sorry if I make understood the question. The key difference is that the cloud performance tools are all commercial and are paid based on usage. And on premise, we can install any tool we want. From cloud, we can test different geographical locations, whereas on premise, we need to take into consideration the infrastructure. Any option has pros and cons as everything, but this is, I think, very dependable of the business and, of course, the available options of the organization.
Thank you. Why did you choose JMeter over other testing tools?
We all love JMeter, but it's free and open source. Other tools might be expensive for some companies, so everyone can afford JMeter.
Thank you. How do you approach performance testing for mobile applications? Another question.
I personally do not have experience testing performance on mobile applications, but most probably my colleagues do have it. But assume the approach for simulating realistic user scenarios, I would say, is the same as for web pages or applications. We might include plus a few metrics. But here we need an emulator and proxy tools like Charles Proxy, if I recall it correctly, or Proxyman. We need to consider the different devices, screen sizes, resolutions, etc. From my opinion, also the API performance should take place here by capturing the requests and responses with the proxy tool, as I mentioned. I'm not sure, but I think that JMeter has some plugins and configurations that support mobile performance testing.
Okay. So I think that in the interest of time, we have a lot more questions, but we will answer them on email to everyone that has sent the questions. And because we have a lot of questions, and I think that we are running out of time. And in the interest and in respect of everyone's time, thank you again for joining. We will make sure to answer all your questions on email. And thank you, Maria, for the wonderful presentation and the great insights. And we'll see you on our next webinar. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
all.
We will answer all your questions after the webinar.
Yeah, feel free to reach out to me on the social media as well. And
Thank you.
just to say, enjoy this holiday season and spend some valuable time with your loved ones.
Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Bye.